You don't have a speed problem. You don't even have any stamina problem. You have a first 3 steps problem. And if you don't fix that, it doesn't matter how many 300 meters you do. It doesn't matter how many 400 meters you do. It doesn't matter how many reps you get at the gym. If you don't fix that, you will lose every race in the first 10 meters. Before you even when the starter just says go, you already lost. You want that? I hope not. If you're new to the channel, my name is Paul. Our sprinters and hurdlers improve their times. Subscribe if you really want to improve. Let's get to it. The fact is, I used to blame everything. My weight, my spikes, my stamina. I would just blame everything and say, oh no, if I actually drop 5 kgs, I'll be much lighter, and then I think that's why I'm feeling heavy. Oh no, wait, it could be, I don't know, put more emphasis in the last 100 meters, I need to go much more smoother, you see. Or I'll be oh no, I think I lost the race because my start was okay, I was going conservative, but I didn't kick it in. All these excuses, bro. In a nutshell, everything I said 2 seconds or 3 seconds ago, excuses. Of course, it's good to be analytical and really try and find a solution. However, bro, if you see the solution in plain sight, as I will show you now, the video. You see the solution in plain sight. However, you just try and find other causes, which is just idiotic. Right? So I'm gonna show. This is a video of my old race of how I started like a grandpa. I was walking out of the block.
Action on.
And at the end, I'm gonna show you guys the improved race of me actually running much faster and actually attacking in the first 100 meters. And you just think it's just the 3 steps. Paul is at 300 meters. I can catch up. I have the endurance. I can do it. You see, the 400 meters, bro. 3 steps. It's not that big. How many steps did I take in the 400? You be saying that in your head. I know you're thinking like that. I know you're thinking like that. Oh no, it's just 3 steps. That's not just 3 steps. In the 400 meters, that 3 steps actually determine the rhythm and the speed you're going to enter into the backstretch. In the 300 meters, it's going to mess up your rhythm if your first 3 steps are cooked. Because now you're going to start, and those people that are moving. 300 meters is not a jog, bro. 300 meters is a sprint. So if your first 3 steps is it's trash. From there, you're just praying, bro. You're just praying. There's nothing left, And the 400 meters, if your stride is actually bad, then hitting the first hurdle, you're going to actually hit the first hurdle with a messed up rhythm. And that rhythm at the start determines your whole race rhythm. 110, if your first step is bad, and let's say you're taking 7 steps, oh my word, bro. From there, it's just prayer, bro, And I know you don't want to survive. I know you're tired of just going into a race and not performing at your best level. You're tired of that. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. But you need to wake up, bro. You see? You need to wake up. You need to push. You need to actually prove them wrong. You have to prove them haters wrong. And I know there's a lot, bro. I can see in your eyes, bro. The people that doubt you. People that they think it's just a hobby for you. They don't see it as this is a lifestyle. This is what you're gonna do. This is you actually. This is gonna be your story. When you look back, you're gonna be like, you know what? This is where I was, and then I went to the Olympics. That's what you want, You don't want just to be like, oh no, yeah, I go to practice. You're trying to be the best. So yeah, guys, then we're gonna get into the tips. Stick until then so you find out what the tips are and you can prove the haters wrong. So we did a session of 50 meters. That's where I actually truly saw that even having weak 3 steps could even affect your 50 meters. And that's where your speed is. I started out with a 5.7. We're doing 10 50s, 90 seconds rest. Started out with a 5.7. then again a 5-7, and again a 5-7. And my coach told me like, oh, your start is slow. Your first 3 steps is like you're going like a grandpa. I want you to run like a sprinter. And that cut deep. I took that. And I'm like, okay. I gotta perform now, you know? Cause the rest of my group was going like 5-5, 5-6, 5-7 here and there, but 5-5. So I'm like, I'm gonna push for 5-5, you know? I increased by actually putting more force in the first 3 steps, and I increased from a 5-7 to a 5-6, and then later to a 5-5. And I know people are like, oh no, it's just 3 steps, bro. Those 3 steps set the whole race. It was just 50s, you understand? So now actually we're going to the practical tips. What I did to actually help me actually improve my first 3 steps and therefore improve my whole race. Because what happened was when I went to the Tartan and I actually ran the 50s, I actually already did these tips. Already, I'm actually going to specify now. But then what I needed to do is use that trigger. You know, that trigger of like, okay, let's go. Push out hard. First 3 steps, you lock it in, and the rest of the race is good. So that's what I did. I actually nailed that in, but that was like the cue. But then to get to the real process, I'm going to state it now. And then after this process, I'll show you guys a video of me running. It's going to be the outro. So what I did, it's going to be more in detail in actually the PDF down below. Just get a free PDF, and then you actually get free tips that I post weekly on how to improve your speed in each area. So if you're interested, let's go check it out. So yeah, the main thing I did, number 1, was doing hills, 60 meters, doing 8 of those, and really just pushing out. Timing myself, seeing how fast I could go, and I saw repeatedly that the first 3 steps, the more effort and more force I put in those, the faster I could run. So that actually helped, because you know hills have been proven to actually help you actually have good dorsiflex, good power, and all that's ground contact time. And then number 2 was basically just making sure that I really changed my mindset on the first 3 steps. Change my mindset on my starts, really actually working on that, and actually embodying a new type of thinking of like, you know what, to start, go hard, don't be scared, you understand? Don't be scared to like, oh no, I might get tired in the first 100 meters. Like, don't be scared, go out, man, go out. You know, I'm still working on it till today, so actually just using this stuff should help. And yeah, every day, every practice, every day, man, is a new day to actually implement this. So number 3 is also working on, let's say doing 30 meters on a flat surface, but having competition. Because that really plays a big difference. If you have the competition and you really like push out and you run with someone, that really makes a huge difference. So guys, that is me. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the PDF if you're interested. And also, remember, always strive to achieve your goal self. Alright, check it.